Hello guys. This is a devlog of my unnamed game. By the way, if you want to choose a name, you can go ahead and comment it down below. But this is basically a game I'm working on, and so far it kind of works. So this is me kind of just setting it up. I'm gonna create the folder for it and stuff. So you can see me here making the folder. I'm using the IDE Visual Studio Code for this. Also, you probably don't want to follow along because there's something that took me like around 50 minutes. And, well, yeah, I needed one line of code to be added, so yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and click yes, and I'm going to make my new file. I was about to name it __ init, but then I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to use this as a module, so main.py. So I go ahead and make the window class. And eventually I figure out that there's an S in the name. And I go ahead and import Pygame, which is the module I'm using for making the window. And please don't yell at me for using Python if you know that Python is a very slow programming language. Because, well, it's like one of the slowest programming languages, but with just a few things, you can make it a lot more quick. So I also figure out I don't need the parentheses in Pygame. Wait for it. Wait for it. I'm looking for a tutorial on how to make a window in Pygame because I forgot how to. Hey, don't blame me. I haven't used Python in Pygame in I don't know how long. So, yeah. Well, actually, I'll just go ahead and speed this up because, well, yeah, it takes a while. This video is literally 51 minutes long, like the footage of me coding, which, yeah, that's insane. So, if you wonder why I'm not using Visual Studio Codes and Visual VS Code's like run feature, is because I didn't do it yet, but when I got the problem, I'll fix it. I installed like the Microsoft Store version of it, and now I want to punch myself in the face because I actually used my Microsoft Store. And here I'm just kind of setting up the loop and making it to where you can actually close it and stuff, and you can see me running it, and oh yeah, I got errors because I tried doing window instead of surface. Okay, so yep, I have a working window. And then I go ahead and made a little player sprite. So yeah, I fixed that. So I go ahead and search up how to get key presses in Python. And I thought I should make a player file, but I ended up just deleting the file. Because, well, why did I need a separate file? And I noticed that it wouldn't work. So, yeah. That was a problem. That was a that was a definitional flaw. Is that a word? I don't know. And I don't even know if I used it correctly, but I used it, so it's a word. So I'm going up and putting in like the locations of it, and this is where I'm drawing it to the screen. So it won't work this time because it's not going to draw it to the screen. Yep, you can see that. Yep, I needed that in there. And then you can see my little thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and like try and size the image in Pygame, which I ended up doing, and it ended up working pretty well. So yeah. Yeah, you guys aren't seeing like the hours and hours of stuff that I'm doing. You're going to see this in probably about 15-minute video maybe. So yeah, and I also half of it I just paused the recording halfway through because I was like, they're not gonna watch all this, so it's like, oh. So yep, I figured that I needed to add that, and boom, I have a bigger player sprite. So I'll put the code on GitHub if you want it. Just it's probably going to be like work in progress video game because I don't know a name for it. But hey, if you want to maybe choose the name for the game and I accept it, comment it down below. So I made a player function. I ended up fixing this when it had like a trailing issue because when I worked on the movement here in a quick second, because it's at like 13 times the speed, you can see I'm trying to install the thing for the Windows Microsoft Store thing, but you can see me down there and I'm like, seriously? And I end up like having to go into the directory and open up the command prompt in there and then like run pip3.exe install Pygame. So yeah, that was the whole thing, but now now I can actually click the run button instead of having to type in Python and then the name of the file, which is nice. Also, this makes it go down. In the final code, I put it as -10 on the S key. So yeah, it's mainly because of like how like you would think that like 100 if you know how like Windows work, then it would be like kind of in the bottom right-ish. But no, because Pygame has its things. Instead of the 00 starting at the middle, it starts at the top left. So yeah, it's mainly just because Pygame is weird, but I end up just doing minus -10. So yeah. I'm currently figuring out how to do this, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in like hyperspeed because this takes forever. Yeah, you can see how fast my cursor is blinking. And then eventually, when I unpause it, I know how to do it. I had to add one line of code, and you will see that one line of code in a few seconds. In a few hours, I mean, because this takes up like 80% of the whole entire video that I recorded. So basically, this is a voiceover video. Yeah, it's going to be like a 15-minute video, but this was an hour of code, like 52 minutes of coding for me. So, respect the childrens. See, I had to add one line of code. And I thought that was the angry emoji, but I ended up, not emoji, but yeah, you know what I mean. And then you can see that I have the full movement down, but I'm not done. So I make that like the normal sprite, but then I make that left, and I did player underscore middle right. I ended up fixing that, so you can kind of see it. I end up like figuring out that it says player underscore middle underscore right. So I really just move an arm over. And then I try and click, but I forgot that I have to unselect the thingy in paint.net for some reason. So yeah, it's a little weird, but and I fix it and I save it and wait for it. And then yeah, I fix it. And I basically just did that, just the other way around. Did the shoes, did the eye. And then I do the like moving down one last. And then you can see, but when I move up, it doesn't change the character because I have no character. Okay, that scared me. Yeah, I forgot I did that. Even though it was like, how long ago? A few minutes. Yeah, you can see that, like, a minute passes in, like, a few seconds. This took me 53 minutes and 1 second for about 12 minutes of footage. Please stop watching me suffer, okay? Programming. If you want to get into programming, I'd rather you start with like Python or scratch.mit.edu. If you want to start Scratch, just Google Scratch download and like a tutorial. If you want to start Python, but if you do either of those, how about you don't make a full-on game? Because on my website, if you yeah, and then this is just where I got the I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna call it the icon of the video. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. That was my number 1 devlog of my unfinished game. You can go to penguinpolar.net if you want to visit my website. Code will be linked on GitHub once again. And I'm gonna post this on my on my gaming channel, but I'm also going to put it on my Penguin Polar channel. So, hello gaming, hello gaming viewers, or hello like tech viewers. So yeah, that was the episode, sort of. Once again, comment down below if you want to choose the name for the game, and if I like it, yeah,